Okay, so this happened in 2021, right in the middle of the pandemic. It was a regular weekend and I went down to my apartment's laundry room with a bag full of dirty clothes, like I always did. We had this little bookshare shelf in the basement next to the machines, and even though I usually just toss my clothes and leave, that day I ended up browsing the shelf. That's when I found a free book that ended up shifting my confidence at exactly the right time, because I was interviewing for jobs back then. So this is Amy Cuddy's book, Presence, Bringing Your Boldest Self to Your Biggest Challenges. After reading this book, I started showing up differently, and long story short, I ended up landing my first six-figure job. It sounds wild, but it's true. And today I'm going to break down 5 insights I took away from the book that really helped me go from 5 figures to 6 figures. Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Cuddy. I'm a data scientist by trade, but obsessed with personal transformation by choice. I live in Toronto, but as you can tell, I'm very originally from India. This channel is where we decode the mindset shifts, systems, habits, and strategies that help you build inner clarity and take meaningful action towards your goals. Before I get into what I learned, let me quickly tell you who Amy Cuddy is. She's a social psychologist best known for her research on body language, especially how our posture and presence can actually influence our mindset. You might have seen her TED Talk from 2012, titled Your Body Language May Shape Who You Are, which became one of the most watched TED Talks of all time. She used to teach at Harvard, and a lot of her work focuses on confidence, authenticity, and how to show up as your best self when it matters most. So this book wasn't just motivational. It was science-backed, practical, and quite relatable. Presence is one of those things that's kind of hard to define, but we always know exactly what it's not. It's not that feeling where you feel like a fraud. It's the complete opposite. Presence is when you feel rooted in who you are and when your actions flow naturally from that place. No forcing enthusiasm, no pretending, and no masks. And honestly, you can feel it in your body the moment you start trying too hard to be perceived a certain way or become very self-conscious about how you're being perceived. And that's precisely what presence is not. So at its core, the book highlights that presence is really about confidence and authenticity, aka the synchronous self. Or as one quote from the book puts it, presence is when all your senses agree on the same thing. And so from here, I think the real question becomes, how do you actually cultivate presence? Here are 5 things I took away from the book that have helped me immensely in my life. Number 1, presence starts with believing your own story. I think interviews are one of the best examples of situations where we're usually the least present with ourselves. We're trying to put our best foot forward and we want to appear competent and capable, and we absolutely dread the idea of rejection. All of that creates this pressure to perform instead of just show up. And for me, this used to get in the way without me even realizing it. Based on my past experiences, I noticed a clear pattern. Whenever I tried to sell myself on a skill that I didn't fully trust I had, I tanked the interview. But whenever I simply owned what I did know and spoke honestly about my strengths, showed genuine curiosity and openness to learn, I got the offer every single time. And that's when I realized that presence comes from believing your own story. This book made me understand that confidence isn't about pretending you know more than you actually do. It's grounding yourself in what you already know you can do and communicating that honestly. Because let's be real for a second, people can sense when you're faking it. And the worst situation is when you claim a skill, get quizzed on it, and then flounder. I've been on both sides of the table, so my advice is don't fake it. Confidently communicate where your skills actually are. The second thing I took away was that knowing your authentic self is a superpower. Believing in your own story sounds kind of obvious, but how do you actually uncover what your real story is? This is where honest self-knowledge and accountability come in. A lot of the time we assume that just because we've said something out loud, claimed it, or listed it on a resume, it's automatically true. For example, if I took one supplementary module on AI and neural networks and then went around telling interviewers, I know AI, that's not something I genuinely believe. And the moment they ask deeper questions, I'd be caught off guard. So I've learned to pause and really ask myself, is this true? Do I actually live and breathe this topic? If the answer is no, then that claim isn't aligned with my authentic self. And I see this happen a lot. People claiming expertise they haven't fully earned and then resisting the idea that they might not be as strong in that area as they think. But that resistance is exactly what goes against the principle of being present. This is where self-affirmation comes in. It's the practice of clarifying your story to yourself so you can trust that who you are will naturally come through in what you say and do. You can start by asking yourself questions like, what 3 words genuinely describe me? What are my real strengths? What do I consistently show up for even when no one is watching? What experiences have shaped what I value? And once you know who you truly are and where your beliefs lie, presence naturally shows up because you're not trying to protect a version of yourself. You're simply being yourself. Third insight. Feeling nervous is normal and not a sign of inadequacy. This one helped me a lot. At the time, it felt validating, almost like it normalized being human. As an international student and an immigrant, I used to feel nervous because I was missing something everyone else naturally had. But reading this made me realize that I wasn't alone. Everyone feels this way, no matter where they're from, and there can be real reasons behind why people feel nervous. But I usually assumed that nerves were a sign that I was just really unprepared. But this book completely reframed that for me. You feel nervous because you actually care about the outcome of the thing you're about to do, and that's it. And most of the time, people don't see your nerves nearly as much as you imagine they do, and they're usually a lot more understanding than you think, because it's natural. And I soon realized that even interviewers get nervous. They're literally responsible for setting an impression for their company, assessing talent, and making decisions. Realizing that took the pressure off and allowed me to show up more genuinely. The fourth insight was that the body can shape the mind. This is really the core of her book, Posing for Presence, or Power Posing. And it was such a counterintuitive idea I had never heard of before. If your mental state shows up in your body language, then the reverse is also true. You can intentionally shift your body language to help your mind feel more confident. In fact, Cuddy's research found that holding a high-power pose for just 2 minutes was linked to about a 20% increase in testosterone and 25% decrease in cortisol. Now, there are mixed reviews about these findings because I saw that some studies support the idea and others say the effects may be short-term or limited. But what I can say is that I've personally felt these benefits through exercise, not just posing. When I started lifting weights and working out consistently, I naturally felt stronger and more grounded in my body. And that confidence showed up in how I carried myself everywhere else. Building physical strength has translated into feeling mentally stronger too. So I believe in this insight that if you change your body, your mind will follow. Here's the fifth takeaway. Slowing down is a power move. This one might be the most underrated insight. I used to feel like I had to speak fast, move fast, and respond fast to sound smart and put together. But this book actually normalized pausing. Slowing down didn't make me look uncertain. It made me sound more confident and helped me think more clearly. And I've applied this well beyond conversations. When I undertook my solopreneur journey and I realized it wasn't working out, taking a step back felt scary. I poured a lot of hours into it, but reframing that decision as a pause, as a moment to rethink and recalibrate, made it feel strategic instead of like a failure. That pause helped me realign in a way that I really needed. And honestly, I'd recommend this to anyone. The key is learning to follow your instincts and, like the quote earlier, getting your mind, body, and spirit in sync. If even one of those feels off, you'll feel it. It's usually a sign that something needs to change, and a pause gives you the space to evaluate that. So yeah, slowing down is absolutely a power move. With all these insights, I started showing up to interviews and just generally in life so much more confident than I used to be before, simply by learning how to own the parts of my story that I truly believed in. And that shift made all the difference. I ended up landing my first 6-figure job, and honestly, it came from being more present, not more perfect or more skilled. If you're ready to keep going with insights like this and want to learn 5 beliefs that might be keeping you stuck in the loop of self-doubt, click here to watch my other video. If you found these insights helpful, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more content just like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.